Greetings, my friends, and welcome on back to another episode of Minecrafting with Ultra. I am Ultra, and we're about to do some Minecrafting because we've got this little marketplace over here, and to the best of my knowledge, this is the last official, village structure that we've yet to transform. Today we changed that. In fact, why don't we just go ahead and get that out of the way right now. Ta-da! I'm really excited to show you guys these shops. I actually had a ton of fun designing these. So it took me a little while to figure out what I was going to sell, and then I turned to Twitter to find shopkeepers, and here's what we came up with. So the first place you might want to start off is at Severus's Shroomies shop, and I'm actually just going to come on in behind the employees only area. Sev won't mind. So we've got just a couple different kinds of mushrooms around here. Sev keeps the big ones in back. That's that private stock, you know. Nice little chair to chill out, wait for customers, and a little bit of rug in here. I think this shop turned out super cute. I even tried to make the roof of it like a mushroom shape. After that, your next logical step is going to be to come over here to Halord's Shiny Stones and just look at something shiny for a little while. He is selling these. They're kind of pricey, but legend has it some of them are imbued with magical powers. So, you know, you get what you pay for. I also thought this worked out really well because Halord's has a room over here in the inn. So I thought, you know, he sleeps over there and he's got this little, maybe he's got something worked out where he's got his little shop going on over here. After you've been looking at shiny stuff for a while, you might start to notice that things are feeling a little bit different. So I would recommend, in this case, stopping over at one of the two food stalls we have here. First of all, we have Ani's Sweet Treats. Ani's been around for a while on the channel, always leaving super lovely comments. And I wanted to tell a pretty awesome story with this booth, and I think I did. Check it out. I wanted this to be like a pumpkin and cookie kind of like fresh bakery, like out in the open air. So we've got like supplies, we've got pumpkins and we've got flour, pretend, and then we've got the little oven out here, and then like here's some flour that they've been working through as they've been baking some pies out for the customers, and a little chair here to relax. Got a nice little like rolling board over here to like roll out the dough or whatever. I don't know, I'm not sure how to make pies actually, but you know, Minecraft. If you're not feeling something sweet though, maybe you don't have much of a sweet tooth, maybe you want something a little bit more savory, I couldn't recommend more Iondis's authentic Irish cuisine. And don't let the shop fool you. Just because it's you know, kind of like a little tent right here. These are actually the best potatoes in all of the land. I got the llamas here. I like to imagine that it's like a, you know, kind of like a traveling thing. See, there's a bed back there. I wouldn't worry about that if I were you. But, you know, I like to imagine that maybe she goes from town to town, she packs up her stuff, loads it on her llamas, and just heads off into the sunset, you know, onto the next place to peddle her potatoes. Not as cool, but worthy of mention, I think, is the retaining walls. I put up a couple of them. I put one here, and I put a couple little ones over here just to kind of make the separation in the elevation between the road down here and the marketplace make a little bit more sense, and I think it turned out kind of nice. Now, are you guys ready for the surprise? This is the marketplace, but I did a surprise. I pranked you nerds and you don't even know it. And also the big reveal of what I needed the prismarine for. Last episode we made a prismarine farm and I told you were gonna have to wait and see why. Well, this is why. Check it out, you guys. I moved my trailer down here and I built a little porch for it. I wanted a little porch for my trailer. So I went and I got me a prismarine farm. Except it didn't go quite as smoothly as I thought it was going to. Before I tell you about that though, let me show you a bit more of this place. So yeah, the trailer was over there kind of by the city gate, and I figured I'd bring it down here by the marketplace. I thought it made a little bit more sense, and it made for a cute little camping area back here. Me and Fnorty, he's got his cart here and I got my trailer here, and I tried to make it look like I kind of pulled off the road a little bit. We'll get to over there later in the episode. But I built this little camp area here. Of course, I brought the banner back from our starter area, and it's just got some of my tools and an end chest and a crafting bench. I spent a lot of time with my trailer, even when it was clear over there, using the tools and stuff that are in it, so I figured why not bring it down here. I thought it looked kind of nice. But the tale of my porch, it didn't go as smoothly as I reckoned it was going. So last episode we built this. We built the Guardian farm, and it was because I wanted the dark prismarine blocks. However, I wasn't aware of the fact that I needed ink sacs to make that happen. So per usual, in my brilliance, I thought, well, I'll fix this, you know. I reckon we'll build ourselves a squid farm. So I came over here. This is where I've got my tree machine, and I did this. Well, originally I did this. And you know what? This time I'm not going to link the video. And it was because I used like 20 of them. It wasn't just one video. I followed one video, I built the farm, and it didn't work. So then I watched a couple more videos and I tried to make some tweaks to the farm and it didn't work. And this thing was actually quite the expedition. So once again, my small little brain saying, oh, we'll just do this real quick. Yeah, there was nothing real quick about it. This was like all week for me, draining out all this water. I built the Guardian farm that I built specifically because I didn't want to drain any water. And then this squid farm. Oh, I did eventually get it to work though. I drained a lot more water than I wanted to, and if I stand in a certain spot down there and crank my render distance all the way down, I get plenty of squidding, thus fulfilling all of my dark prismarine dreams after quite the journey. So that's the story of my porch. 2 farms and 2 weeks later for this. I think it was worth it. What do you guys think? So you might be wondering, Ultra, what are we doing for the rest of the episode? This already is so much building and stuff. Well, we're gonna do more building. I built this little road here that kind of goes off from our road and makes this little intersection here, and it's going to go off to some fields and some farm area that we're going to have out that way. And if you'll just fly with me for a second. So how we blended with the trees over here, we're going to wrap that around this way and have some fields, and this is going to be the end of our village transformation. And kind of same thing over here. I don't have plans to go out further this way, so we're just going to kind of fade into vanilla terrain as we come off here. But I do want to bring the road up and around through some fields this way, and I also think I want to connect it kind of through here maybe and turn this into a little bit of a 4-way intersection. That way we have a road that kind of goes around each side of the pond here, each side of the little lake. But it's always so much easier just to do than to talk about it. So why don't we get to doing it?
wow, amazing, and incredible are all things that you might be thinking right now. And I just want you guys to know I'm also incredibly humble. Walk with me though, and I will show you some things. If we start over here, we've got our first little crossroads. This was our original path that takes us down to the bridge and into town. And now we've got this other little way here that leads you out this way, kind of around the pond. And we're gonna put a field and some flowers and stuff like that in this area. And I've also got plans to put something up here. And we'll get to that eventually though. So the road continues on down this way and it connects up on this side of town to the marketplace here. But if we continue along the road out this way here, it takes us to what is going to be the farming area. And part of the reason why this episode took so long to come out was because I got sick. Well, I don't know. First, I hurt my back, and then I got sick, and then it was Thanksgiving. So there was a lot of time where I didn't really feel like doing much as far as recording goes, but I did build trees. Lots and lots of trees. In fact, I finished the edge of town. The outskirts of town has been completely treeified. I also brought the cliffs along this way too, and we'll worry about the cliffs here once we do the build that goes up on this part. Eventually we'll get some fields in here, not today, not in this episode. I've been long enough, so I want to get this episode out to you guys, but we're bordered off here. And a couple of the trees are actually worth investigation because there's little secrets here. I built like a little hole in it, and I pretend like that guy's a little critter or something that lives in there. I don't know. There's not much up this way, but again, we'll have some things that we'll be putting up here probably in the next episode, I imagine. So you won't have to wait too long to find out. But if we continue up this way, there's another one of my little favorite things, actually. This is supposed to be like a fallen down tree. I don't know, it was probably easier to tell in the time lapse before I put all the leaves on it and stuff, but the trunk of it is up here. And I thought like maybe a windstorm came along or something and just kind of knocked the tree down, and it fell down this way, and the branches still have leaves on them and stuff. It hasn't quite died yet. Maybe it just recently happened, but luckily for this guy, it just barely missed the chimney here. But behold how awesome this place is starting to look. I actually can't wait to get this area filled in here with fields and start to wrap this place up. It's gonna happen sooner than you might think. We're coming to a conclusion pretty quickly with this little transformation project. We do have to get back to the quarry though. I still haven't sorted that out. That was supposed to be part of my storage, and I still haven't done that. So I do want to do that soon. But like I said, next episode will probably be over here filling this area out and doing some cool stuff over here. I want to make a super cool build up here, and hopefully we'll get to all that next episode. One more thing I want to show you guys. The eagle-eyed amongst you may have noticed already, but I made a map of this area. I hadn't yet done this. I hadn't yet mapped this area out the whole time since we've been here, and I think it's actually super cool to see, you know, kind of how far everything has gone. I feel like you can really tell, you can actually see our tree border here, or at least I think it's easy to see the difference between our trees and the vanilla trees as everything kind of wraps around and goes down this way. The quarry looks pretty cool too, I think. But I can't wait to update this thing as we go and get it filled out and see how much this place can grow. So now that I've shown you this, I think that's it for today's episode. I think that's enough. I think it's been long enough. I think I'm gonna end it. I think we're gonna get out of here. So if you enjoyed it, maybe leave a like on it, you know? Subscribe to my channel. I think it'd be super cool if I could hit 500 subscribers by the end of the year. If you guys feel like helping me out with that, I think that would be totally cool. Let me know in the comments down below what you think of the marketplace, what you think of the trees, the village, and the area in general so far. Don't forget to leave a like on the video if you enjoyed yourself, and I will see you guys next time.